Leute, schön, dass ihr wieder dabei seid. Mein Name ist Niko BACKSPIN und ich bin in Serbien, genau genommen in Novi Sad. Das ist eine Stadt 1,5 Stunden entfernt von Belgrad. Und dort findet das Exit Festival statt. Irgendwo da hinten. Das ist ein Festival, das schon Preise gewonnen hat, das ein popkulturelles Festival ist, wo viele verschiedene Genres auftreten, wo dieses Jahr natürlich aber auch 50 Jahre Hip-Hop gefeiert wird. Denn der Grund, warum ich hier bin, ist der Wu-Tang Clan, denn der tritt morgen auf. Aber bis dahin genießen wir die Zeit und das Ganze beginnt heute mit einer Bootstour. Also seid dabei, wenn wir ein bisschen die Welt hier erkunden, in Novi Sad, in Serbien, das Exit Festival und mal sehen, wen wir hier noch alles treffen. Ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß. Novi Sad, Downtown. Hier ist ein Pop-Up-Store von einer Brand, die mir gar nichts sagt, aber es ist eine Balkan-Brand. Und der Grund, warum ich hier bin, ist jemand, den ich vor vielen, vielen Jahren kennengelernt habe und der so mit der Backspin Family ist. Das ist DJ Phat Phillie aus Croatia, jahrelang auch Macher des Fresh Island Festivals. Und ich wollte gerade sagen, ich hoffe, ich treffe ihn hier und there he is!
What's up, bro? My friend Niko, Hamburg's finest, Backspin magazine.
Oh,
man.
I'm good, man. It's good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what this is?
It's actually, you know, it's a beginning of the festival. I think they started on Thursday. This is Saturday today, and main hip hop day is on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop, 30 years of Wu-Tang, and 30 years of Blackout, which is my organization. So a clothing company from Sarajevo, Bosnia, that is the main urban clothing in the region for the last 10, 15 years. Revolt Clothing is our main partner for, you know, I've done a Blackout Revolt collaboration for 20 years of Blackout. Recently, I've started a Dilla non-profit in the Balkans called Balkan Loves Dilla with my Dukes. And we've done exclusive t-shirts, Balkan Loves Dilla, with Revolt. So Revolt came to Novi Sad and did a pop-up store for one day only for us to come and check out some clothes, buy some clothes. So we're gonna go inside and see the Revolt clothing. Yes.
Okay.
Our friend Miran.
But tomorrow is the big day, right?
Tomorrow's the big day. It's a main hip hop event at the Exit Festival. Exit Festival is top 20 festival in the world. Top 10 maybe. It's huge. And tomorrow we have all the regional best hardcore boom bap acts. We have all the best trap acts. And then we have Onyx and Wu-Tang closing the night. So I think it's going to be a spectacular thing tomorrow. Maybe 60, 70,000 people at the main stage. So it's great to have the staple of Hamburg and German hip-hop Backspin in the place to be, man. You know, it's history with Backspin, man. Shouts to my boy Gizmo, always and forever. And Dennis Kraus. Yeah, shouts to Dennis.
Wir gucken rein, mal gucken, was hier los ist. Da ist eine Bühne, da ist die Hauptbühne, da hinten sind noch 15 versteckte Bühnen. Wir haben uns eben kurz versucht, auf den Weg zu machen, uns das zu erkunden. Ich sag mal so, wir sind nicht weit gekommen. Aber jetzt haben wir vielleicht noch die Chance auf ein kleines Interview mit Mimi Mercedez, denn die haben wir vorhin auf der Bühne gesehen.
Frizura je luda, ja sam srpski ripra. Buda je iz Huda, guza iz Brazila. Vreme je za moje vreme.
Und die ist, was Female Rap in Serbien angeht, auf jeden Fall eine Ikone. Schon seit vielen, vielen Jahren unterwegs. 2010 auf die Karte gekommen, seitdem 5 Alben rausgebracht. Steht für Female Empowerment. Hat eine sehr wichtige Rolle in dieser Szene hier in diesem Land. Und deshalb für mich auf jeden Fall auch mal spannend mit ihr zu sprechen. Wir werden 5 Minuten haben und ich gucke mal, was ich aus den 5 Minuten rausholen kann. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Nico from Backspin magazine, Germany.
Great.
So how are you? It's okay that I can you maybe put this somewhere where you...
Can it be here?
Yeah, perfect.
Great.
So a great show. How was it for you?
Thank you. You saw my show.
Yeah.
Great. I'm so glad. It was like the greatest show I've ever done because there was like the biggest crowd. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned, I cannot speak your language, I mentioned that it was special for you to perform on that stage.
Yes.
Is it something like a life goal to be on Exit Festival main stage?
Yes, it
And
is
why?
because it's the biggest stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very simple, you know, because that's like the biggest stage in Balkans.
Okay.
So that's a very, very big deal for us.
I've learned you did a lot for female empowerment here in the country. And of course, for me coming as a rap journalist, even for rap too. But your show was mixed up with all different styles, even from traditional sounds, I would say. But from your perspective, what would you say? How was your career within the last 10 years?
Yes.
Do you think you were successful with showing female empowerment here in Serbia with your music?
Yes, definitely. But I never intended to do that. I only intended to do music that I liked. Like I wanted to have a more rhythm that I did, more lyrics that is like explicit, like I like to hear. And I only did music that I felt is missing here. I never thought about female empowerment. I thought about music, and because of that, girls were starting to feel empowered because, okay, so girl can act like that, you know. I don't have to. My music doesn't have to revolve around being a woman. My music is everything.
Yeah,
and I talk about life because I'm really like here, like from the streets. So I talk about life in my hood and everything like that. And I never talk about being a woman. I just talk about life. And that was empowering for girls.
So last question, maybe that is the reason why you're so successful, would you say?
I hope it is. Yeah. I think. Yeah, honesty. Here people always say I'm like the honest person. Honest. That's what sticks to their mind. Like I'm brutally honest.
And that's what I can bring to the audience in Germany. Maybe they can't understand your lyrics, but they see the performance.
Oh, I hope so, because I like rhythm also. Honesty and rhythm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The next interview is coming, but it was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank
and
you.
Hope we see us soon.
Yeah,
Take this.
you too. Thank you.
Ich sagte, wie es ist. Ich habe schon lange nicht mehr so Festival 5-Minuten-Interviews gemacht. Aber was sagst du? Haben wir 2 Sätze gekriegt, die wir brauchen?
Ich würde sagen, ne?
Ja.
War sehr sympathisch auf jeden Fall.
Die ist sehr sympathisch. Und das Schöne ist, die 2 Sachen, die ich mochte, eben, die sie erzählt hat, die ist aus der Hood. Das hat man irgendwie gemerkt. Ich finde, das merkt man durch den Auftritt, das merkt man durch die Art, wie sie ist. Und sie hat es nochmal bestätigt. Und der zweite Punkt, dass sie gar nicht über Female Empowerment nachgedacht hat, sondern einfach Mucke machen wollte, die es nicht gibt. Und dadurch diese Rolle eingenommen hat. Und ich finde, das macht es noch sympathischer. Ich finde, wir haben einen ganz geilen Auftritt gesehen, das war wild. Ich fand auch soundtechnisch total einfach mal durch die Bank. Sehr viel Serbien habe ich da gehört. Aber das Paket ist jetzt rund. Ich finde sie sehr spannend. Aber dann würde ich sagen, haben wir alles gehabt, oder? Also, ich sag dir ganz ehrlich, das Festival ist ziemlich krass, was so die Musikstile angeht. Aber ich glaube, jetzt wird hier nur noch die Elektrokeule abgefeuert in jeder Ecke. Und wir haben morgen viel vor. Und wir müssen pünktlich hier sein, denn wir sind um Mittag schon zum Soundcheck verabredet. Und damit wir das nicht verpassen, gehen wir beiden Hübschen jetzt nach Hause, lassen sie ihre Interviews machen, lassen die ihre Party feiern und genießen den Abend. Und morgen geht's hier rund. So viel ist versprochen. Sonntagmittag und wir sind wieder auf dem Gelände. Das ist die Ruhe vor dem Sturm. Aber wir sind hier, weil Phat Phillie jetzt seinen Soundcheck hat, um mit ihm mal ein kleines bisschen über das zu reden, was heute Abend passiert. Die Sonne brennt, die Kamera ist an und ihr kommt jetzt mit. Hey again. A couple of passes there, right?
Oh yeah. For the
Hi, Niko. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
Niko. Nice meeting you. Hi again. How are you?
this is Bege Fank from Belgrade. He's performing tonight, and this is Skubi. He's a producer, and they have done an EP last year, which they also pressed on vinyl, called Duboko, Deep Waters, and it was most refreshing hip hop, funk, like dope, classic style, but with new sounds and stuff. Like it was my favorite album of last year, and he's been on the scene for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
He wrote a book recently, and he has translated "Can't Stop, Won't Stop" from Jeff Chang
Okay.
for the Serbian market.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he translated the RZA's book, right? The book of Tao.
But it haven't
So
come out yet.
it's-
so,
it should
but
be-
I translated the Tao.
Yeah,
book.
so he's doing a lot of research and he's doing a lot of stuff on hip hop and he just does many things, and we're close friends for a long time. So
And
yeah.
you also.
You're listening to records, have turntable at home.
Yeah.
Just a sec. I have
this
something.
it's a
Oh,
dope,
really?
it's a
Oh,
dope
okay.
piece of wax, man. Like I don't
Thanks,
care about Balkan hip hop. Don't film that. but this album I played to the death, you know, on my radio show and stuff. He's really dope.
Can you, what is special? What is special about that?
It's just Sonics, the music is from Skubi, and then he rhymes and sings at the same time, and then he just captured the moment, and he captured being 40 something in rap. How you can still be cool with what you want to do, and a seasoned veteran, like very relaxed. It's this is it.
Show me.
This is
That's
Oh, thank you very much.
it's a dope piece of wax, man, and very limited. I don't know how much you guys pressed up, like 300.
300. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, beats,
It's a pleasure.
and it's only like 6 songs, right? It's like 4 songs.
4 plus 1 it was digital.
Oh,
And there's a
crazy.
beat.
Yeah, play
5. Yeah, let's say 5.
Beautiful joint.
It's for the love of hip hop, right?
For the love, not for the love of money, yeah.
No. You have a pen here to sign it?
Yes. We have a.
I think I might have a marker. Yeah.
You have a marker? Okay, you have to sign this.
Oh, man, this is what I love. The connects.
But talking about scene here in whole Balkan area,
Yeah.
how would you describe it nowadays? Because I'm sure it's split because of old stuff and new
Yeah,
stuff.
it's very how do you say bipolar,
Yeah.
you know. It's you have like OGs from the 90s, you know. We don't have none of the 80s guys still active, unfortunately. Even though I've done in the Corona, I've done a compilation. You know, in Corona everybody went to the archives, right? We all had time to go dig in our tapes and stuff. So I made a compilation called Zagreb Rap Demo from 1985 to 1992. Something like a graffiti in Hamburg from 1980 to 1999, right?
Yeah, you heard about it.
Of course, yeah. I've been in touch with Falk, so Falk told me about it, and I'm coming to see the exhibition.
Hey, when you're in Hamburg,
No, I'm definitely coming, man. I need to come back, but I want to see the exhibition. I know it's gonna go for another year or so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
I've seen a few bits and pieces because a friend of mine from Zagreb was he was invited to the opening and stuff, so he told me a lot of great things about it. So I've done this compilation of the first Zagreb rap generation, 85 to 92, because I started in 93, and it's well documented from 93 on. But before, we wanted to show that Croatia and Zagreb in particular, my hometown, had a scene. And I found graffiti from 1984 to 1987, before the town was painted for the sports, not the Olympic Games, but the student games. And so I've been doing a lot of that 80s research about our scene and the connections with the US.
It's very important from my point of view to do this because maybe otherwise it get lost.
Yeah, the history. Yeah, history needs to be written, right?
Yeah,
by the champs.
Yeah,
by the winners.
Yeah, I mean, by the right person, and that's the other fact. When I'm talking about Croatia, Balkan area, everybody's telling me you're a legend, and I know that you're a legend because we met a couple of times. But how is it for you being in this scene for so many years and still being active, and at the end standing here on Exit Festival on main stage for celebrating your anniversary of your crew?
It's amazing, man. I'm very humbled to be able to be here with my friends and yourself as well, because my connections also with Hamburg and Backspin is deep. But it's just been a ride, man. It's been a journey. You know, like I caught the wave, I caught the good wave, and I was sliding the wave. I never went up and down. Like, I never had big peaks and lows and stuff. My journey was like steady journey, because that's just my personality. I like steady things. I'm not about the, crazy and then I get depressed. I don't really get depressed. I guess it's the talk. In my brain I have the how do you call it, the happiness DNA, whatever it is. But when I found hip hop in 1984, I just like, what is this, man? I love the drums. I heard UTFO and Melly Mel, and I was like, what is this? I wasn't really speaking English at the time. So I was like, and then, Zagreb had the radio show that started in July of 1984. So we had an information once a week. Tape it. And
thanks for that.
Yeah, Slavin Balen is Cool Herc. And no, he's not a Cool Herc. He's Mr. Magic, Red Alert, Chuck Chillout of Zagreb's radio. And we're friends nowadays. But it's been a great ride, man. My mission was always to put Croatia and my region on the map internationally. I wanted to travel, man. I wanted to go out and meet my heroes, find out about the industry, implement certain things that I've learned across, and make a scene here. Not only a scene, but also a music industry, rap industry. And we've made it. I mean, 30 years after, we're on the main stage with Wu-Tang, Onyx. I've done main stage last year here. As well. That was my first exit ever, and exit's been going on for 20-something years. But it's a phenomenal ride, man. I'm hoping it's gonna be another 30, 40 years, what I'm saying? For all of us.
Yeah, that's a good thing about hip hop, I would say, because all of us we learn to get old with this stuff. And interesting for me is that on this year, or maybe it's because of anniversary, yes. But this vibe of hip hop is still alive. How difficult is it for you in this whole area, in this Balkan area, to keep this 90s spirit, this real hip hop spirit alive? Is it difficult or is it easy?
It can be difficult.
Yeah.
But I don't play with Balkans only. Like my playground is the world. Yeah. So if it's tough here, I do stuff somewhere else, for example, I've been consulting for 90s tapes, HHV Records, for a year and a half. I'm with the team from HHV. We're responsible for those 90s gems that we're dropping. So I'm very much into it. And there's also pockets of 90s pockets. I look for pockets. Yeah. I look for a good 90s wave, which is tonight. We had recently, I brought Bahamadia to perform in Croatia. I just found out that Quali is coming on September 6th. Curtis Blow is coming in August. So that, I just take these highlights and cling on it and trying to make my mark with it, whether I'm involved or not involved. Sometimes I just come as a fan, but most of the times I'm involved as a promoter or a consultant or a DJ. So I think great music will never die, man. Classics will never die. We can always revisit them. We can remaster them. We can tell different stories about, what was already told. So now time is to document the history. Time is to archive it, put it in the museums, and leave it for the history when we are no longer here. So people have a written and also a written word, but also pictures and sounds. And I love what's going on in Hamburg with the exhibition, and Beyond Streets in London, Universal Hip Hop Museum in the States, and I'm also working on the Zagreb Hip Hop Museum myself because I've been collecting hip hop memorabilia since mid-80s.
Okay, I'm sure there will be a museum in Zagreb in the future.
Definitely next year. This year is going to be an exhibition.
Holla at me, I will be there.
Oh, absolutely, man. This is going to be a celebration of hip hop worldwide.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to invite people to come. Opening, I'm trying to see if I can get some of the legends to come and maybe curate it, and you know, it's in the process. It takes time. It's very time consuming, and dealing with government and you know license and stuff. It's complicated, but it's going to get done.
Part of our legacy was a Fresh Island Festival. I was there a couple of times.
Yes, sir.
When we were here standing together and we made a couple of videos there, can you tell me something about the status of the festival?
Fresh Island is we've done 10 years, minus the 2 years, the Corona years.
Yeah.
It was an incredible run. I was able to work, with the biggest artists ever, you know, because we had that kind of lineup. It was a different type of festival. It wasn't a boom bap hip hop thing. It was more a party destination where we as fans put it together. Like we wanted to have a smaller festival and put Croatia on the map again. And it was an incredible ride, man. It gave me so much knowledge, so many connections, because you know I was booking all these acts. That was my part of the part of the journey. I mean, part of the company, and we've decided that last year was going to be our 10th anniversary and our last one. Sometimes you need to leave things when they're still popping, you know, while the cow is still giving some milk, instead of the cow being dead and like everybody's like, So I don't think Fresh Island is coming back in terms of us. We're in the process of discussing with a couple of people in the UK. Maybe they'll take over the franchise and continue running it with us being as consultants on board. I would love to see maybe Fresh Island moving forward and giving it to the younger people to run it with the new energy and stuff. And I'm going to focus more on the legacy type work. Yeah.
And from my opinion, this festival is packed with hip hop. There are a lot of hip hop artists. Is this cool for you, or do you think this has to be more hip hop in this festival?
No, I think they're representing almost. They're representing almost every year, with especially with local stuff. I think, you know, when you book a band like Wu-Tang, they eat a lot of the budget, man. So there's no room for everybody else, you know. So Exit is a huge festival, so they're going for the A-list groups, you know. They're going for the big ones because they know they will attract more people than just cutting the budget in little pieces. This is not a hip hop festival. This is not Rock the Bells, you know. This is Exit. They got electronic, they got metal, they got reggae, drum and bass, trap, Balkan trap, this and that. And I'm just happy that, you know, we can represent for our anniversary and represent for the real sound. So tonight's show is going to be the beginning of the night is going to be more new sounds, new kids that are popping, that are Spotify, driven. And then before Wu-Tang, we're going to have a blackout showcase representing some of the OGs from the scene. Prti Bege, Smoke Mardeljano, Ice Negrutin, Bege Fank, Bolesna Braća from Zagreb, myself, and then Onyx, and then warm it up for the big Wu-Tang Clan tonight, which is also celebrating 30 years of 36 Chambers. Yeah.
Can you? You already did a little bit, but can you tell me who will be part of the show tonight? Who will be there? First of all, these guys.
Yeah, Bege Fank, they've done an amazing, I'm sure you're going to talk to Bege Fank, he's going to tell you a little bit more about this amazing EP he dropped last year with Skubi, the producer, who's also here. Bege Fank is a friend of mine for over 20 years. He's a hip-hop historian. He writes books. He translates American books in Serbian language and release them here, publish them here. He's a DJ, performer. He's all-around great hip-hop individual. Then we're going to have Bolesna Braća, which is Bizo and Baby Dukes. Baby Dukes is a famous producer and rapper from Zagreb who was a part of the Blackout production team when we were doing a lot of beats in Germany back in the day, like Afro Semi Deluxe and Joy Danelani and D-Flame and Nico Suave and Frankie Kubrick and Casey the Rookie. We've done Curse, we've done over 60 tracks between 2001 and 2006 for a lot of big German artists. So Baby Dukes is a part of Bolesta Braća, and his partner Bizo, who is also my partner in Fresh Island, right? And Bizo is a DJ and rapper. So they're gonna, alongside me, they're gonna represent for Zagreb, Croatia. Everybody else is from Belgrade. I'm talking about the Blackout Showcase.
Yeah, sure.
Prti Bege is a legendary Belgrade group from the 90s, beginning of 2000s. And they had a steady career even to nowadays. You know, classics never die, you know. Ice Negrutin is from a group called Bad Copy. And he's a hilarious comedian, rapper who reminds me of Be Real from Cypress Hill meets ODB meets, I don't know who would be the third guy, but he's that type of personality with fun rap, comedy rap. And he's famous for drinking beer with his eyes. So he pours the beer right here, and beer goes all the way to his mouth like this. He can show you when he comes, but he's famous for drinking the beer from the eye.
Okay. We have to catch him early for that, right?
Early or later? Yeah.
Maybe very late.
He lives in Subotica, which is not far away from him, but he's originally also from Belgrade.
Yeah.
Then we have a new guy, relatively new, who is holding the torch now for boom bap. His name is Smokey Mardeljano. He's the most ferocious new MC, incredible style, incredible skill.
Ihr seht, wir müssen aufhören. We have to cut the interview because of sound check, right?
But we got 2 minutes, yeah. Smokey Mardeljano and Onyx, yeah. So that's
and Onyx.
Yeah, we don't have to say too much about Onyx. I think Onyx was a last-minute addition, and I think it's gonna warm it up nicely for Wu.
The last question is for me. Talking about Onyx and all the other artists coming from the US to Croatia, would you say you're very close? It's like family business, meeting them because you have done this for so many years.
Yeah, now it's friends, you know, friends and family, including Wu-Tang. You know, I brought them to Croatia. Separately, you know, first I brought Raekwon and Deck and Ghost and stuff. So, you know, we produced for Master Killa on his 2 albums. We've done a beat for Ghostface on Def Jam. So it is a family. I was just in London at the New York State of Mind, going to see them and shoot some video drops for Exit. Onyx, obviously, family, because you know Fredro is married to a Croatian girl, and Petty, their manager, is a close friend of mine. So I became friends with a lot of our '90s heroes, man, and we've been sharing information. We've been supporting each other for many years, and I'm here as an ambassador in my region, in my country. I'm here to support and keep the legacy alive. That's my mission, man.
That's how it feels to be really a part of the hip hop scene, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Absolutely.
That's why I'm really enjoying
Thanks,
talking
man.
to you.
Great seeing you, and love to Backspin magazine, because they were the first German publication that showed us a lot of love in our beginnings of producing beats in Germany. We were in the magazine steadily for 4 or 5 years. Big up to Bodo and Frank.
Yeah.
And big up to Dennis, and most importantly, big up to my guy Gizmo, who was one of the main journalists, but also a designer for First Backspin. The legendary days. I've been coming to the office, and we've been kicking it with Shershot, Rene, Golden Build, and it's just been an amazing time, beginning of 2000s, to be a part of that last big boom bap wave in Germany before, you know, new style emerged and stuff. So big up to all the rappers out there. You know, I recently spoke to Nico Suave. I reconnected with Casey the Rookie. Me and Sammy, we keep in touch sometimes. D-Flame hit me up recently on Instagram. and they all flew to Croatia to work with us. Curse actually hit me about like maybe 2 weeks ago. I got a voice note from Curse.
Oh, really?
So we still keep in touch. They get, they're still coming to Croatia for holidays, or they're asking about what are we doing. Because we've created some good music together, and these connects stay forever because they're all good people. Yes,
That's
sir.
why we're here.
Yes, sir. Big up, big up.
So, die müssen Soundcheck machen und we will be part of this tonight, right? My plan is to stand here aside.
We'll work on that because I gotta give this to the family. But once I get the family in, I'll get you guys in. This is also off the record.
This is hip hop. This is hip hop.
I don't want to be expelled from exit before going on stage. You know?
It's Hamburg. Yeah.
Cool, thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, should we sign?
Yeah, sure, please. You have to sign too.
Skubi, sign it. And I have like a stamp.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like this.
Okay, this is cool.
Capture this.
Okay, officially stamped.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, man.
Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. Can you guys tell me why you did that?
It was.
You know why I'm asking this question?
It was COVID. It was isolation. We didn't. He's working in Dubai.
Yeah.
In a
airline. I work for an airline
company.
Okay.
So he was having job.
Yeah, I was stuck. We were not flying for like a year because there was Corona time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was having free time to make music and make beats, which I make since 1999. But at that time I had extra time to make music.
And I had also extra time because I haven't had parties. I'm playing like party DJ and party MC. That's what I do for a living. So I have like some of my records, LP, a few EPs, but I usually do this live party stuff, So we connected, we worked together.
Yeah. I have 5 like album mixtapes, and I was about to make the 6th one, and I sent him a beat. He made a song, which was this one right here. And then since the rest of the people who were supposed to perform on this mixtape that I was making, the response was not as good as previous 5 times, and then there were just few songs made, which one of those songs was his. And I'm like, let's not just release the song, let's try to make like at least an EP, so it's like a more substantial package. And then he's like, I don't want, and I was pushing.
Yeah.
And then he made it.
I was not for it.
Yeah, and then he like song by song, and then we have the guests here, and it was really something.
We have 2 videos for this first single and second single, and we have an English title there.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
Japanese.
Yeah, and Japanese. Yes, because he was with a Japanese girl, right? And 3 of the 4 samples on these 4 tracks are Japanese samples, Japanese funk and Japanese jazz, so city pop.
Really, thank you for that. Can you maybe last question tell me something about what it does mean for you to be on the stage tonight?
Well, it's a great honor to be a part of Blackout Showcase, because it's like Blackout Foundation, the organization that started things, I usually call Phat Phillie among my friends Mr. Make It Happen, he's like a guy who makes things happen, so it's like great honor. I was playing here in July of 2003, 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
As the first regional DJ on this stage, on main stage, and it's wonderful to come back here as a rapper, as an artist, vocal performer 20 years after, so.
Yeah, same for me. It's like a crown on our hobby. I mean, mainly for him is also like a big time job, but for me is like a side thing because, as he mentioned, I work for an airline. But I would not just to. It's good for networking, connecting with people, but also I would like to hear my beats on the nice, good main stage speakers.
We will enjoy it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. Respect. Thank you for your time. Und wir sehen uns nachher auf der Bühne hier, so viel ist versprochen. Jetzt ist Soundcheck. Was ich in jeder Stadt mache, in der ich bin. Und ich glaube, das werde ich auch nie aus mir rauskriegen. Ja, wir haben jetzt ein bisschen Zeit, ne? Soundcheck vorbei, nachher geht erst die Party los. Wir haben Pause, wir haben ja 2 Varianten. Entweder wir gehen ins Beachclub, aber wer Bonn kennt, weiß, den kriegt niemals im Beachclub.
Keine Sonne.
Keine Sonne. Also gehen wir durch die Stadt spazieren und suchen Graffiti. Und man merkt, in der Stadt ist es nicht so leicht. Aber das ist das, was wir finden. Also, ja, was ihr jetzt seht, haben wir in dieser Stadt gefunden. Schöne Grüße an Novi Sad. Spaziergang hat sich gelohnt.
Auf jeden Fall.
Ist eine schicke Stadt. Typisch osteuropäisch. Und wir haben ein bisschen was gefunden. Und ehrlicherweise bin ich richtig glücklich darüber, dass ich dieses Fußballstadion gefunden habe. Gehört hier nicht her, ich weiß, aber da mal ein Spiel sehen, Leute. Aber wir machen jetzt eine kleine Pause, dann gehen wir nachher noch was Leckeres essen und dann gehen wir aufs Gelände. Und dann geht's heute los. 50 Jahre Hip-Hop gefeiert auf dem Exit Festival. Festival. 100 kleine Ecken und ich muss ehrlich sagen, wir haben jetzt natürlich noch nicht so viel von dem erkunden können, was die andere Musik betrifft, denn wir haben 50 Jahre Hip-Hop-Geburtstag hier. Der wird da hinten auf der Hauptbühne gefeiert. Da gehen wir jetzt hin, wir sind verabredet. Eine Sache, die Anspannung steigt. Also, wir haben eben schon gelernt, hier sind ja ein paar Legenden schon vor Ort. Aber Phillie, ich glaube, Phillie muss jetzt ein bisschen was vorbereiten. Das geht ja schon auch theoretisch in 20 Minuten los. Ich habe so ein bisschen Bock. I talked to Phillie that day and he was telling me who was part of the show. And he was telling me who was here in the backstage so far. In general, this day today for let me say for Balkan hip hop, how special is it?
Well, basically, as you can see, there's a lot of legends over here from the region, and since Blackout Hip Hop is celebrating 30 years of existence, the same year when Wu-Tang dropped their first album, all of that is connected through one festival, through one energy, and I think that Blackout with its showcase is on a concrete foundation to even further promote our music over Wu-Tang's legacy. So I think that's pretty much of a big deal, especially because Blackout's founder, Phat Phillie, he has many connections overseas in the States. He's been working with the names of Redman, Master Ace, Ghostface Killah, so everything that is focused on one place in the next few hours on main stage. So I think it's gonna be bombing, definitely.
We met on the boat yesterday. Can you tell me what is your role in this blackout hip-hop Cosmos community?
Well, I came in Blackout in 2019, I think. I started, just a regular ass soldier over there, but in the end I ended up as his right hand. I'm writing reviews for all the biggest releases from the Balkan region, and general news from the region hip hop and world hip hop. And since the other guy, he's mainly focused on the American scene, I'm mainly focused on the European scene, and I'm digging certain underground releases from UK, from Greece, from Russia, from Italy, Switzerland, Spain, you name it. So basically that's my kind of role.
Hip-hop is connecting people, so it's interesting that you're talking about different countries in Europe. How easy is it for you to get in touch with other countries like Greece and get connection to hip-hop guys there?
Well, nowadays it's much easier than it used to be 20 years ago, mainly because of the internet. My start with promoting hip-hop from other countries was in Corona. I digged up a certain group from Greece, Twin Sanity. Shout out to the people. They're from Britain. They were born over there but living in Greece. And I was highly amazed with their album, and I was like, dudes, I want to do an interview with you guys. And they were like, okay. And I was like, okay, this is something that we're missing over here. Okay, you have, big names like, I don't know, Rolling Stone and whatnot, but we're an independent small community from an even smaller country. And I think connecting with those type of people, we're just expanding the hip hop horizons and bringing everything over here. People are hungry for good releases. So I think that's pretty good stuff.
What do you think about tonight? Because it's celebrating the 30th anniversary of Blackout, and Wu-Tang is coming after it. So is it even special for Exit Festival to celebrate it like this?
Definitely. I mean, they were hyped about the idea of making a special night for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. And since Wu-Tang is one of the biggest names in the game, and Blackout is probably the most important name in the region when it comes to Croatia, Serbia, Slovenia, and Bosnia. All of that together on one stage, celebrating one thing, the culture and the movement of hip-hop and what it represents. I think that's one of the most beautiful things, and Exit did the best thing, focusing on that, doing that. Nobody did it, so I think that's great.
I'm very excited. Can you name some of the legends who are still here in this area? In this, it's not a room, but here in this backstage. Drop some names.
That are performing tonight? Or?
Yeah, we saw here.
Okay, there is Prti Bege over there. They're from Belgrade, Serbia. There is Bege Fank. He's from Belgrade as well. Bolesna Braća. They are performing tonight as well. They're Blackout old ones. They're from Zagreb. Smoky Mardeljano. He's a newer name. He just dropped his new album not even a month ago. But he's highly recognized, even though he's a new name. On his last album, he was collaborating with, for instance, with Cool G Rap. Which
so he keeps this. So do you mean he keeps the spirit and the mindset of hip hop alive in this area, or what is it?
Definitely, and I think he's one of the livest MCs in the region currently. He's direct. His rhymes are not that complicated. His more of like Onyx / DMX type, but with hard punchlines. He's really hardcore rap, and he's a genuine one. Considering that he grew up in an orphanage, basically the ghetto of Belgrade, and he has a lot of stories from his perspective to tell. And considering, as you know, we had war going on over here 30 years ago, he's trying to break the tension between our countries with hip-hop, and basically, to put it bluntly, he's saying, fuck y'all, let's do hip-hop, there's no differences between us. So yeah,
seems to be the right guy.
he's amazing. Like he's ruthless. Nothing fancy about it. You have to hear it out though.
Thank you, man.
Salute.
Can you first introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm DJ Goce from Macedonia.
And a legend, as I learned.
Well, I don't consider myself legend because I think I still have shit to do. Like, I don't feel accomplished, so.
Can you tell me something about your legacy?
Well, I'm the first hip-hop album on vinyl on Balkans was released by my group, produced by me. That was 98, SAF.
Crazy.
So I'm working on Macedonian scene mostly, but I produced like most of the Smoke Mardeljanos album that came out, the last one, including his single with Cool G Rap.
Brate Goce, решете инструментал, траку ќе му да назовемо улична светла.
Shit happens, but believe I'm back blasting.
Me and Smokey were really proud about that joint.
And that's an interesting story because I heard his name a couple of times now. What makes him special? Because he's a younger generation like you are.
Listen, Smokey is a guy in a time when everybody write off underground hip hop on Balkan. Like, okay, people are into trap, people are into drill. Like he kind of like took the scene back and he involved new younger audience into it. So because he got unique energy, you know, and kind of his raw energy, he's really energetic on stage. You're gonna see him. He can go like without backup MCs for 3 hours. So like, and I think the most important shit about any hip hop MC is like he's pure.
Yeah.
So the shit he says like is from the heart and people feel that. So he fucking brought the underground hip hop back into big festivals and main stages and being he's 30, so like he's like I'm 45, so we're like generations apart. I know him when he was 15 and a young kid, and I really like the progress he did. And it's good that we have guys who carry the torch of underground hip hop music. So he's doing a big shit for all Balkans, if you ask me. Like,
can you tell me something about the scene in Macedonia?
Well, the curse of the Macedonian hip hop is that our language is not people around in the countries surrounding us. They don't get it in hip hop form. If we come to Serbia, if I speak Macedonian, they will get it if I speak it, but if it's on a track. So our MCs, I think we have a really good scene. Me and my guys were just headlining the biggest festival. Onyx was also there last week in the Festivalsommer, so we had like 10,000 people on the stage for underground hip hop main act. But the thing is, like, my guys cannot be big outside Macedonia. They don't even go and tour. So that's what I'm like my biggest pain, because I feel that we have good MCs with really good stories, but if they change the language, their story will not be the same, you know. The authenticity, the authentic moment they have comes with the territory. So,
talking about Exit Festival and Hip Hop's anniversary tonight, what does it mean to you that this will be celebrated here like this tonight?
Well, to be honest, like I'm first time on Exit since 2007. 2007 was the biggest hip hop exit ever. Like it was also Wu-Tang, Snoop, Beastie Boys, complete. All three of them with Mixmaster Mike, which is like the golden combo. Lauryn Hill was there. So it was...
Man, okay, I got it.
So,
and now you're back.
Yeah, I was back. I was on Thursday, some party for Red Bull, but I'm just saying I'm back like a spectator coming to watch the show. Like.
And how special it is even for this area to have something like Blackout Hip Hop here on stage?
Well, listen, like, bands like Wu-Tang don't come around often, you know, and the crew Philly gathered for the Blackout Hip Hop Showcase, like it's really special. So you got like most of the best MCs around. So I don't want to miss that shit. I'm gonna be there. Like I'm a big fan of all of them. I'm proud that they're all my friends, but still a fan first. So.
You have to be a hip hop fan at the end.
Of course, man. Like we're all listen. If we were not fans of this music, we would be in some other shit that makes money, right?
In Germany, there was a rhyme from a famous rapper. You have to love hip hop and like you're still a fan.
I'm part of a German crew, by the way, of Dusty Donuts.
Oh yeah!
Yes.
You're
You know
part
Mark
of this,
Hype?
of course.
Yes, so that's my brother.
Really?
Yes, I'm
You
putting,
collecting 45s?
I'm putting out. We're putting out the new Dusty Donuts. It's coming out on 28, produced by me. So like, yeah. So when you mentioned Germany, I just wanted to tell you like, I'm part of the crew.
Hip hop is the village, man. Hip-hop
That's
is the
my
village.
family, and like, we're all like in that 45 game.
And the funny thing is, because of Mark Hype, I met DJ Hydro in LA.
I was with Hydro. I was playing on Mark Hype's birthday. You were there?
No, I was in Germany.
We missed each other. I was in Berlin for Mark Hype's birthday.
Yeah, I was making an interview with him about his birthday.
So I met Hydro also over there, and Ginny, his wife.
Yeah, crazy, crazy.
Mark's birthday was next level. Like,
Yeah,
I told him, you put the leather, like the leather is here now.
I heard about it.
It was fucking off the hook, like.
And I was in LA when I was producing a documentary about hip hop in the US, and I was sitting there in his home studio, and this was a real hip hop moment for me. Yeah, really. He's a collector. He's a DJ. He's a fan. You feel the vibe. You know what I mean?
We were like, to be honest, we were 2-3 days in Berlin. Mark, because Mark is Mark, he found us a warehouse with 40,000 records.
I heard the stories. Yeah,
so we were all there, like DSK from UK, me, Chvare, my brother, Hydro. We were like fucking 2 days, nowhere to be seen.
It was a funny story. A whole bunch of people were coming to this birthday of Mark Hype, and all you've seen was this warehouse.
But listen, because it was like, it's all idiots. Like, we're all like into digging and shit. So that makes us happy, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you had like, but man, that was one of the best parties I ever been in my life.
Yeah. I heard it was really that it was special.
It's 7:30 in the morning, was killing his set. Like, the club was full. The owner of Gretchen came, like, shut down the music and was like, motherfucker. I was with Jeru, we were like, so fucking crazy. Like, Mark is the man. Like, he threw the fucking.
I feel it. I love it.
So, you will give me your address. I will like.
Give me your Instagram.
Let's connect, because I would like to call my dudes to send you some of the records. We're putting out some. Finally, we had like hiatus 2 years with Dusty. I'm like, me and Robert Smith were the last Dusty members, like, for the last like 4 years or something like that.
Okay, it's crazy.
So that's
my. First, your Instagram.
On the count of three, this is all we know. Everybody get your guns in the air. Everybody big down, get low. Let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3, get ready for the Wu-Tang Clan.
Phillie, give me one word. How was it?
Slamming. It was great. What do you think? I think it was a perfect setup for Wu. I loved it, man. I loved it. I think it was dope. So much energy.
That's the thing.
The energy was amazing.
These guys are for 30 years on the stage,
Amazing.
and it's still amazing.
Amazing.
Thanks, man.
You're right.
Thanks. Ich bin ein bisschen overwhelmed. Das ist krass, weil jedes Mal, wenn du diese Jungs auf der Bühne siehst, es fühlt sich anders an. Das ist geil. Aber wir müssen runter. Ey, ich sag dir ganz ehrlich, die Bilder, die wir eben gerade gekriegt haben, ne? Ich weiß ja nicht, wo du warst, aber ich habe dann irgendwann mich einfach mit reingestürzt. Ich weiß nicht, ob du hinter mir warst oder nicht.
Ja, ich war überall auch.
Ja? Ah. Alter Schwede. Und ganz ehrlich, das ist halt wieder das, was den Unterschied macht. Das muss man mal ehrlich sagen. Und ja, ich finde ja ganz persönlich, gebt den neuen Generationen ihre Chance. Und wenn sie sagen, Full Playback, Moshpits 70 in einem Konzert, ist deren Vibe cool. Ich stand da drin, ich hab's gefühlt, ich verstehe das. Aber nach 30 Jahren Bühnenpräsenz sich hier hinzustellen und so auf der Bühne abzureißen, um das Publikum mitzunehmen, alter Schwede. Also, wo ist meine Cap, ne? Alter Schwede. Das ist nochmal wieder ein Unterschied, den ich so, und ich muss sagen, selten sehe. Denn die beiden sind nochmal krass. Also die sind nochmal, das ist live, die leben das. Und du merkst denen an, dass das alles ist, was sie in ihrem Leben haben und was sie in ihrem Leben wollen. Und das habe ich gerade gefühlt und das haben, glaube ich, auch alle anderen gefühlt. Und deswegen wurde es auf einmal so voll auf der Bühne. Also das war ein Moment, ganz ehrlich. Und jetzt haben wir vielleicht eine Chance noch auf ein Interview. Mal gucken. Guys, it was a pleasure and an honor to watch your show. And
I want to go see the show.
yeah, we have to hurry up, right?
Yeah, Wu-Tang is about to go on.
Yeah. 30 years on performing on stages and you still got that power. How can you make it like this?
It's the crowd. We give what the crowd give us.
Yeah.
You saw the crowd out there? Feed up the energy.
Serbia was crazy out there tonight. So if Serbia going crazy, we gonna go crazy.
And it's something, you know, there's something different. I've seen so many shows. When you go up on stage, it's different. Is hip hop, this whole culture, give you the power to still be on fire?
Ask the three most important questions.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the show.
Pardon?
Ask the three most important questions.
When we get on stage, our job is to move the crowd. We are real MCs. We move the crowd. Rakim said, MC means move the crowd. That's what we do.
Celebrating 50 years of hip hop right now.
And 30 years of Onyx.
And 30 years of Onyx.
That's right.
What is the first thing that comes in your mind?
Oh man, first thing comes to my mind, 40 ounce of old gold. I'm style, I don't know. 50 years of hip hop.
Energy. Killing with adrenaline.
The first thing that comes to my mind when 50 years of hip hop is a fucking piece of vinyl, a record with all the grooves on it, with your name on it. And the first time you get that record, you take it out the thing and it's like, oh shit. It's my first vinyl, my first record I ever made. That's when I had like that feeling is just ill, like, you know what I mean? Like to be accepted in hip hop, to even, you know, I used to see Rakim and them dudes, Slick Rick on the TV and KRS-One on the TV, and then now I'm doing shows with these guys, you know what I mean? Or I see these guys and we talking and now I know these guys, like I'm in the hip hop world, so, you know, when you think about 50 years of hip hop, they let us in. They let us in the door, because there was a time where we wasn't in the door. We had to get in there, you know what I mean? Once you got in, you in. You know what I mean? That's hip hop. Once you in, man. And that goes for any artist. Once you in. Sometimes niggas ain't in. And once you get in, you win forever.
Is it the same energy you feel about hip hop in all the different countries you have been in the world? Is it everywhere it's the same thing?
Listen, this is Earth, right? Every place is the same. It's no different.
got
Telephone
toilet
poles, toilet bowls, cars, traffic lights, ATMs, people, insects, animals.
That's right.
Food,
weed.
Every place is the same. It's all the same. No difference.
Yeah. Straight up, that's real.
And last question is, when you have a wish for the future of hip hop, what would it be?
My wish for the future hip hop is to elevate into another 100 more genres of hip hop, Let it keep spreading. Hip hop will rule the world. It rules the world now.
It rules the world now. There's no such thing in the future. It's
Let's
only
go.
the present.
Wu-Tang is
ruling
going
the world
on.
now. We go
Onyx
see
just
the show.
murdered it. We out
You know
here.
what I mean?
My man, what's poppin', boy? Yeah.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
I ain't gonna leave you
everybody.
hanging like a slave,
Onyx,
man.
forever.
Good.
You can have a beer, you can have whatever you want because
This is Backspin.
this is just celebrating
This
the
is
end.
This is Parta. Tô sentindo a casa onde você sente. This is Backspin.
Thank you.
You know we are friends for forever.
I know you're a living legend.
No,
and
but
obviously
we've been friends forever, and it was such a surprise to see a real international hip hop journalist here. This is great. This is great. This is good.
Hang out with me enough, Absolutely.
Let's go do this so we can watch the show.
Yeah, let's watch the show then. But let's go. We go to this spot. You know what, Philly? We go to this spot because then now we can make the end of our documentary more official. We can make it more official here. That's why we're standing here.
Absolutely, man.
And we
My
had
brother.
a great time. And thanks.
Did you enjoy it? Novi Sad is cool, man. Novi Sad is cool. Serbia is cool.
I enjoyed the city. I enjoyed the festival.
It's very relaxed, right?
Yeah. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the idea of your celebration of the 30 years.
I think it was cool. I think it worked.
Yeah.
I think it worked, and I wanted to showcase these guys, you know, because, you know, some of them are a little bit older, and some of them are, you know, doing some other things. But, you know, I wanted the people to see that what made hip hop where it is today, I guess.
The thing is, when it was my plan to go to Exit Festival, my plan was with Benjamin to go here and to film me watching Wu-Tang Clan, and that was my story. And now I'm standing here, Wu-Tang is performing, and guys, don't misunderstand me. But I had my hip hop moment. Onyx performing Slam, and your whole bunch of guys you brought to this festival were celebrating together. I get goosebumps. This was special for me.
Thank you,
So,
man.
that-
Thank you, brother.
really- thank you for
Thank you
that.
so much, man. It's an honor for me to be able to have an opportunity to do these things for platforms such as Exit. You know, this is like you cannot go bigger than that, but it shows that we've done something good, and we have been responsible partners, business partners. So when I come up with these ideas for Exit, they're like, okay, let us meet, let us have a meeting about this, and they usually come back to me and say like, yes, let's go, let's do this. So I kind of gave them the idea of 50 years of hip hop. I told them 30 years of Blackout, 30 years of Protect Your Neck. And I was like, why don't
30 years of Onyx.
Yes, 30 years of Onyx. Everything is very round, right? And they were like, you know what? This is going to be the motto of the festival this year, 50 years of hip hop. And I'm like, let's go, let's celebrate it. Let me do a showcase with my friends, Phat Phillie and friends, Blackout. So everything worked out. Not only that it's great business, but it's also a great publicity for all of us. You know, my phone's been blowing up. People want to go backstage, but I'm getting new followers. I'm seeing old friends. It's a beautiful thing. My son is on stage with me.
Yeah,
you know,
he gets special, right?
Yeah, he gets a shout out from people. So it's nothing but love, man. Nothing but love.
And you know what? I will leave this festival and Novi Sad with a good feeling, because people like you giving me the feeling that even abroad Germany, abroad the borders, in other countries, hip hop is still alive, and the real hip hop will take a place wherever people are loving this shit. So that's why I'm really thankful.
100%, man. My brother.
It was an honor, a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. Let's go see the Wu. Have a few beers. Let's go see the Wu-Tang, okay?
Let's go.
All right.
Wu-Tang is forever.
Peace and love.
Wir sehen mal zu, ob wir noch ein bisschen Wu-Tang gucken können. Wenn nicht, dann auch nicht. Aber wir hatten eine großartige Zeit. Danke, Leute. Und wenn ihr nächstes Mal dabei sein wollt, folgt ihm. Also, bis bald.
Haydi, ciao.
Backspin.